I'm super excited to share the story of the Big Eight with you guys. As you can see, I opened the season up with a doe, which is great. We got to donate her, and I actually get a shot at another doe October 2nd, which you'll see I took.
Put her right in her wheelhouse. She ran 30, 40 yards, tumbled over. Definitely a bonus doe. I'm gonna stick it out. Hopefully a buck will come around and we'll see what happens.
Not shortly after taking that second doe, I get a crack at a big buck that I have never seen on camera, didn't even know was in the area. I had a little misfortune though. As you can see, my bow actually hits the camera arm, and thank God I don't actually wound the buck or anything. I completely missed him, but nonetheless, bad fortune. Even though that's clearly a hard miss that early in the season, I'm not going to let it get me down, as I'm seeing deer almost every time I go out. Even this doe that got bad luck on herself also. It's not shortly after I see her that I get my first test of the year on a nice buck that is just not quite what I want that early in the year. It's not too hard passing deer like this, knowing that I have my mind set on a buck we call Big Eight. And we first saw in 2020, and I have trail cam pictures of him in 2021. With the Big Eight freshly on my mind, I decided to pass this big-bodied 8-point. He ended up giving me a 20-yard shot. I decided not to take him. I think he's a 3-year-old, and I want to give him one more year. So after receiving mixed reviews from my friend group and social media sites on passing that big-bodied 8, I think God's testing me at this point and sends out what I believe is a 3-year-old 10-point that could be a world-class deer one day, and I decided to pass on him also, knowing that I have mature deer in the woods and the Big Eight is still alive. I end up seeing a bunch more buck activity, just a couple small sixes, nothing too serious, until I end up seeing some pretty good rut activity with a deer we call Survivor. He's the deer that I shot opening day last year, and he actually ducked my arrow, hit him high, and he ended up living. He's still in the area, and he's actually on my hit list just for revenge.
Survivor out there in the field. I've been after him with her. He's all over here now. Hopefully he comes in and makes the wrong turn. He's dogging some does right now though.
I end up having another cool interaction with Survivor, but he never gives me a shot. He's on the hit list, and Big Eight are on the hit list at this point. After not getting a shot at Survivor on any of these altercations I've had with him, I end up passing on another nice buck that's a hard pass at this point in the season. Knowing that the rut is here after watching Survivor rut up, I end up grabbing the rattling horns and doing a couple blind rattles, knowing that there's deer in the area, just can't see them. With a little bit of luck, I get my first interaction with the Big 8. He ends up coming in about 60 yards, but he's behind some brush, and 60 yards is a little too far for a bow kill for me. He ends up winding me and going back the way he came, which at the time I thought was the worst thing that could happen. Fast forward to a few days later, I get another picture of the Big 8, November 16th. That's 2 days before shotgun season. Little do I know how great shotgun season is going to start out.
I'm pretty sure that's the Big 8. He came through Crotton in the woods. I don't think that was the best shot I had at me. It looked like it hit him back when I watched the video back. I'm not really 100% sure. He ran 30 yards and stopped again. So, as you can hear, I unloaded again. Must have missed or hit a twig on that one. And then he stood there, so I unloaded again on him. I don't know what happened. It looks like I hit him back in the initial shot, though. I don't know about the other two. Could have been whatever. He ran with his tail down, though. And then I saw him about 100 yards. He was just walking with his tail down. He didn't look like he was doing the best, which would probably be the case if I hit him back. So I'm going to give it about an hour. And then I'm going to go check first blood. If I don't like first blood, I'm going to go back to the house and just watch the video and see what happens. So, I'm pumped. Thank you, God. Oh, man, I hope that's the Big 8. That is awesome.
All right, guys, it's 11:30. That buck has been shot for 5 hours now. So, whether it hit liver or not, it should be down. I backed out as quietly as I could. Didn't find any blood at the impact site. A little bit of hair, and the wad from the shotgun was right next to where I hit him. Went back, looked at the film, kind of far back, might have clipped a lung, probably got liver. Hopefully he's dead. Had some does go his way and we're blowing, so hopefully that's a good sign. Let's go find him.
Pretty good blood at about, it's probably about 20 yards past impact. This is where he stopped, and I think I shot at him the second time. He's down. Dude, he didn't go 10, 20 yards past where I first saw him.
Holy cow, words cannot describe how blessed I am to be able to take a deer of this caliber. The big 8 finally hits the ground. I cannot wait for you guys to be watching the story of it. Oh, this is awesome, man. I've been watching this deer for a few years now. Had him, as you can see earlier in the video, at 55, 60 yards with my bow in my hand. He was behind a little brush, just couldn't get the shot off. He winded me. I shot him out of the same stand this morning. He was running hard. He had his nose down and was going crazy. Oh man, this is a blessing. I've wanted this deer forever, man. God blessed me with one, that is for sure. Man, look at the G2s on this deer. Even the G3s, my goodness, they're so long. And he's the big 8, because that's what he was last year, but he grew this little kicker, this crab claw, this year. So, you know, we're still gonna go with the big 8, even though technically he is a 9. His brows are curling in. He was probably a fighter, man. He's got a little something around his eye, like he might have got it infected, wounded or something, but holy cow, this is really, really cool. I am so blessed. So you could see with the blood we had, I actually did end up catching one of his lungs and probably liver with the bright red blood we had. And he bedded down about 20 yards after where I had saw him. And I'm glad I did not go in and I waited 5 hours, because he's not that stiff, as you can tell. I think it probably, you know, unfortunately, he didn't die right away, which, you know, I hate doing that, but I am so thankful he actually did die and whatnot. It has been a long, hard fought season for me. I didn't think I was going to take one this year. I, you know, had donated those does early, and that was awesome. This is a huge payoff, and I am beyond blessed to show you guys the story of the 8, the big 8. I hope you guys liked it. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see some more deer. Thanks for watching.